What's up, guys? It's TKO Smokey, and welcome to another post race interview. We're talking with Hemi today. He hails from New York, USA. He's second in points and finished second at round four, aka Indianapolis 1. Hemi, welcome to the show, and congratulations on your podium finish last week.
Thanks for having me on.
So, we're 4 rounds down of the 17 round series. New tracks getting released today, races tomorrow. What do you have to do to get on that top spot?
Um, it just depends on the start, really, because last week I got buried off the start, but I was able to in that first open section. A ton of people went down, and I was able to kind of weave through them and get up to third, I believe it was. But Jack got through in first with really no issues, and that's how it worked, really.
Yeah, it just seems
Because if you can,
so far the races, just the first turns have been just like absolute carnage. Like bikes exploding everywhere, people getting landed on.
yeah, I mean, really, all it takes is if you can get out of there alive in first and pull a 5 second lead on the first lap and just stay consistent, you'll probably win.
It's actually leading into my next question. It's like I know how important track time is to having a good result, like just getting the time on the track before you actually do the race. But how important is the start?
Well, I mean, like I said, it's at least half of the race, and then you've got to have that. You got to have the start down, but you've also got to have the consistency because you can get a start, but you can just fade back.
Because if you look at timing and scoring, the top five dudes are all within the same second most of the laps.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the top five in points right now. This is what's really cool about the series is all of us in top five could win a race
Yeah, yeah.
if
That's why it's been so
given.
surprising that Jax won every one.
Yeah, I think he just gets good starts in PDMX too. It's like he just seems to be always up front. That's that's what it is. Another big thing is just how fast he joined the server too, because that's how the gate selection works.
Mm.
You know,
See,
if
see, I didn't realize that.
yeah, so like if I'm trying to pick gate one, but I join after somebody who already picked it, it'll just give me a random gate.
So we're 4 rounds down. Round five's tomorrow. Out of all the tracks so far, what's been the most challenging obstacle?
I gotta say probably the whoops, and then Houston three. The two tables were very hard.
Yeah.
Those are difficult to get consistently because I mean that's where you saw a lot of guys fall in that main event, and you could if you got them.
So many
I
guys were
don't.
falling down right there. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think that was a key part. I was able to where I was able to make up so much time that race. I didn't. I think I only had one fall on the whoops, and I only fell one or two times in there. There's usually on all these tracks there's one or two places like that where it's like the equalizer. You can gain a lot of time or you can lose a lot of time.
There's definitely skill gap in these tracks. Like there's a lot of the track, everyone can do, but then there's certain parts on the track that only like the top 3 or 4 guys can do consistently every lap.
For sure, yeah. Like I spun a couple laps on this new track. There's a line in the big rhythm that I did a couple times that I'm not sure how many people are going to be able to do because it's pretty crazy. So
Y-
this track definitely has a good amount of skill gap, like all the other ones.
When you find lines like that, do you kind of just save it for the qualifier and then not do it in the middle of the race, or are you trying to go for it every lap?
It depends. It really just depends on how difficult the line is, like, or how much faster it is. Like the triple in under the bridge on Indy One, I didn't feel was like I didn't feel it gained me enough time to justify doing it and risk crashing on it a bunch of times. But this one we'll see. It seems definitely faster than the alternate line.
Are you changing anything on your bike, or do you find like one setting and leave it across the board, or is it you're making little fine tune adjustments? Like some people I've heard, like some people are like changing their gear ratio. Some people like have one setting that they run on every single track no matter what. Like what are you doing?
Suspension stays the same for every track, pretty much for me. I have experimented with gearing in practice a couple times just to see like that triple N that we've talked about before in Indy One. I
Hmm.
changed up gearing a little bit to see if there was any easier way to get it. But yeah, every race in the main event, I've ran the same gearing I have now. I've had it for a while, and I'm really comfortable with it. It's also good off the starts. My starts have improved tremendously using this.
Last question, and then I'll give you the floor, and you can thank your sponsors and just whoever's been in your corner. Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's kind of a tough question. All right. Give me your top three for tomorrow's race.
Oh, tomorrow. I don't know. I'd like to put myself in there.
You can do it.
That's
It's okay.
that's the goal at least. I'd like to think Chicken's gonna get a podium because I don't think he has yet.
He got one
I think
podium.
one podium. Okay, yeah.
He
I
got
think
second
he'll.
last week maybe? Or no, 2 weeks ago he got second.
Yeah, that's right. I think he'll definitely he'll have a really good race today. I think he's due for one. And then I mean Jack will be up there again. I
Yeah,
don't know, I'd say maybe I don't really know which order to put it in, but I'd like to think
that's who
maybe me, Jack, and Chicken on the podium.
you, Jack, and Chicken.
Yeah.
Um, all right, that's pretty. That seems like a solid pick. I think Logan 341. He can be in there sometimes too.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I battled with him I think at Indy 1 for a couple laps. We were right near each other and a few times in Houston. He's definitely super fast as well. I mean, there's like I said, there's so many fast guys in the top, it's 6 or 7. It's really hard to pick.
all right, Hemi. Thanks for taking your time and talking with us today, and good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on for the interview.